Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Starbreaker. So the Starbreaker is the next in my series of cruiser class ships. And don't worry, I originally painted it all red and called it the Lobster. You know you see it too. But being slightly more serious, I thought that going ahead and putting the red and blue stripes seemed kind of cool. Now, as a cruiser class ship, this is a Class B ship with no limitations on starship design. So, this is a late game combat ship. Additionally, as a cruiser, I'm looking for it to carry at least 500 fuel and at least 2,000 cargo, which this ship does. Additionally, I want it to have a crew capacity of at least 6, sleep at least 8, have a cargo hold, armory, and an infirmary. This ship has all of those things. So, enough talking about it. Let's go ahead, jump on in, and see what it looks like. Ow. Alrighty. So, coming on to the back of the ship, we can just kind of jump around a little bit and take a look. So, this is a rear entry Tayo lander. And to exactly no one's surprise, you enter immediately into an armory. And right here, I'm making use of the Stroud Armory. And also right here, you can see that I have my docker located right here. So this hab is the central entrance and exit for the entire ship. Moving forward through this door, we have a Tayo infirmary. And then we can hop straight up one level. I said one level, not two. And we find ourselves in one of my favorite habs, the Nova Galactic 3x2 mess hall. So right over here we've got our cooking station, extra galley, wine fridge, freezer, more fridges and storage space, and then more importantly, while it seats 8 at the bench seating, there is also plenty of just crew relaxation areas. Now coming forward, we do have the Dymos 3x1 Engineering Bay B. This is the more electronically focused one. And then let's come on off to this side of the ship. So up top, I have here a pair of Tayo 2x1 cargo holds. And then we can pop on down and we find ourselves in a Dymos computer room, followed by a Nova Galactic computer room. Now, I will note that with all the other things on the ship, I do need at least one of these to be a computer room of some sort to hit the crew capacity of 8. However, the other one is very much a choose whatever you want hab. All right, crossing to the other side of this mess hall, we have a little 1x1 companionway right here. And also right over here is our Tayo captain's quarters. Now, I will note that this is a top A, so there was no way that I can go ahead and have passage through the captain's quarters, which was the whole goal here. Next, we will come on through this door, and we find ourselves in the Tayo 2x2 all-in-one berth. Got a door right here for 4 beds, and then another little galley if you need to supplement the main mess hall. Next, right over here, we have our Nova Galactic 2x2 living quarters. Nice little entertainment area, a pool table, some more relaxation areas for the crew. And then we have the ladder going down. And here I decided to just go ahead and continue using some Nova Galactic stuff because I do like their HADs. And we have an all-in-one B, which is providing us with 3 more beds. And then behind this we have an all-in-one, a Nova Galactic living quarters, which gives us another 2 beds. So we've got 5 beds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 beds on this ship, which more than meets my requirements. I will also note that you could drastically increase the amount of beds in this ship by just swapping those Nova Galactic ones out for, say, Stroud. Next up, we're going to come on up here and go up one more level. And here we find ourselves in the Tayo control station. And then coming forward, we have our Tayo bridge cockpit. So let's not hurt our legs while we drop all the way down and take a look at how to build this ship. So taking a look here, you can see that I am making use of the ship flip glitch on this ship. So you will need that enabled in your settings. However, you do not need any mods to build it. Alright, so first off, I have a blue, and then I have a red, and those are the only 2 colors on the ship, so we don't need to worry about anything else. Alright, enough talk. Let's go ahead, select everything, and delete it. Alright, so to build this ship, we are starting with the Shipbed 200 landing bay. And then we are going to go ahead and grab Deimos or Stroud. Let's just double check. Didn't have any Stroud, so it must be the Deimos armory. And then forward of that, we are going to go ahead and select the Tayo. We're going to do the bottom B for our infirmary. Then on top of this, we are going to go ahead and grab the Nova Galactic 3x2 mess hall, placed right there like so. Coming off the front of that, we are going to go ahead and grab the Deimos 3x1 engineering bay B. Off the side, we are going to go ahead and grab whatever your favorite companionway is, which looks like I went with the Tayo Top B companionway. And then right here, we are going to go ahead and select the Tayo Top A Captain's Quarters. And then right here, we are going to go ahead and grab the Tayo Top B 2x2 all-in-one. We will copy that on over to this side and convert that into a cargo hall. And then copy that forwards. And over here, we are going to go ahead and select the Nova Galactic 2x2 living quarters. And then along this underside inside here, I'm going to go ahead and select the Nova Galactic all-in-one living quarters. No, sorry, this one is the all-in-one B. And then this one is going to be the living quarters. Then on this side, go ahead and grab that Nova Galactic computer core. And then come on up and select that Deimos computer core. Then, right up top here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Tayo Top B. and this is going to be the control station. Right there. And then we will go ahead and grab our cockpit, which is just whatever the best Tayo cockpit you can get is. Finally, to finish off the habitable portions of the ship, we will go ahead and grab our docker. And there you have it. So, taking a look at this ship, there is some possibility for it deciding to turn into a maze. For instance, it might decide to make you come up here, go up to the engineering bay, back, and then up. So that is a small risk with building this before you go ahead and test to see what it looks like. However, in the end, it decided to be nice and put a single ladder right through here. And then there's also a small possibility for a maze on these outer wings, but realistically, it's more roleplay space and space for your crew, not necessarily space that you're going to be spending much time in as a player. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and grab our reactor and grav drive. So right underneath this engineering bay, I'm going to go ahead and place my grav drive. And for this ship, I'm using the Aurora 12G. I just needed the 30 grav jump thrust. Then back here for my reactor, I am of course grabbing the 104DS mag inertial. And then I need to get my fuel. So let's go ahead, come on over to the fuel tanks, and you'll see that I use two M50 Ulysses HE3 tanks. One here and one here. Alright, next up, let's go ahead and add a little bit to the front of this ship. So I'm going to come on over to the structural tab, scroll all the way on down here, till we get to the Tayo cowlings. Place a pair of them on here, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab the Tayo nose caps and place these over here. Next up, I'm going to come on over into the Nova and grab the Nova cowlings. And copy that onto both sides. Next, I'm going to come on over to my landing gear. So I am making use of the Pinpoint 4G and the Pinpoint 3G landing gear, and that's all I'm using on this ship. So starting with the 3G, I'm going to go ahead and place one of these in front of the fuel tank, and then another one in front of that. And you can see I'm using a grand total of 8 of these. Let me just check something here. Oh, sorry. I am not using 8. I should be using 6. There we go. That's the right number. All right. So with that, we've kind of finished filling out this little middle section here. And now we can come on out to the sides. Now across this whole side, I could go ahead and use a mixture of landing gear and what's it called structural elements, but I decided to just run 4 pinpoint 4Gs down each side. Do note this is massive overkill for the amount of landing gear on this ship, so you do not need to go quite this excessive. Alright, next, on the outsides here, I'm going to come on over to my engines, and you'll see I'm using a pair of the Nova 1050s. And then I am also using a pair of the SAE 5660s. Now, looking at this, you can see the 5660s are better in basically every single way over the Nova 1050s. More engine thrust, more maneuvering thrust, but slightly less engine health, which overall is not that big of a deal for me. But I'm using these Nova 1050s for the shape, not for the power. All right, next up, right along here, I'm going to go ahead and place my Deimos bellies. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this Deimos belly really quick, because down, actually no, is it down here? I think I actually put it up here. Never mind. Let me grab my shield. I am hiding a 28T Defender shield somewhere on the ship. Who knows where? Certainly not me. And then there's these little gaps here, and this is where I am storing my cargo. Now, I could go all out and do like Galleon S204s and drop 256 mobility in exchange for 6,000 mass, but because I was only aiming to hit about 2,000, I'm actually using the Polo 2000 cargo holds. These only provide 435 cargo each, and that is enough to get me over 2,000 cargo. However, you could go ahead and put more significant cargo here, either bigger polos, or you could, instead of using 4, you could use 8 of whatever variations of the De Gamma cargo holds you want are. And that would mean that you would have, instead of the slope facing upwards, the slope would be facing inwards. And if you do that, you could even use shielded cargo. Overall, I just didn't want to think too hard about it, so did this to maintain that higher mobility. Alright, so that is the bottom of the ship. Now let's go ahead and start looking at the top. Now the first thing I'm going to do is right above the landing gear, I do have one more 100 cm ballast cargo hold. This is enough to get me just short of 2,300 cargo, which I felt was more than sufficient. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and place some structural elements here. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place a spine F, and then another spine F. Then, on top of this whole thing, I'm going to come on down here to grab the Stroud Cap C, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab myself some Deimos hulls for glitching. So what I'm going to do here is duplication glitch this into place. And then I can delete this. And now everything moves, but now I've got this Stroud Cap here that is kind of merged in with the spine F and the mag inertial. So what am I doing with this? I'm building myself a tail. So for that, I'm going to grab a spine A. The spine A is going to lead into a spine E, and then another spine E right there. And then, because I can, slap an equipment plate on top. Next, I'm going to come on down here to the Stroud Cap A's. Put that into place, and as you can see now it is hiding the shield. And place just like so. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and add some more tail structures. So I've got another spine E on each side here. And then this is leading me into a spine B. I'm sorry, forgot something. Spine A is going to go forwards. And then here I have a spine C aft and the spine C forward. There we go. And then rather than the B, I'm going to go into a radiator. And let's copy this on over to this side. And looks like I have one more spine B on each side. And then spine A's. All right. And then I'm going to also throw some more equipment plates on top of these spine E's. Because sticking weapons up there is just funny. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and just do a quick scroll down. Got some nose B's, which I'm going to go ahead and place on the back of this ship. I see. And some of these nose caps should be braking engines. Okay, all of them should be braking engines. There we go. Now, of note, you can just use whichever one you want. It doesn't really make a difference. Alright, so back here, just going to go ahead and toss those nose B's on, and that should be the ship. So now let's talk weapons. Alrighty, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead on over to my weapons tab and scroll on down. And I am using 3 Exterminator 95s. Oh, come on. There we go. Next, I am also using 4 PBO 175s. And then finally, I am using 3 Vaporizer 35s. And there you have it. That is the Starbreaker. So we're first going to go ahead and paint everything blue. And then we are going to come on in here and select everything that we can down these sides. And we are going to paint all of that red. There we go. And just like that, we are fully painted, and we just need to assign our weapons. Alrighty. So, that's all done. Let's go ahead and take it out for a spin. right. So, power is assigned. Let's go ahead and pop on out here to Serpentis. Yep. Well, he blew up fast. Um, so apparently I 360 no-scoped him. The only possible explanation that I have for why my ship just spun around like that. Alrighty. Hitting the correct buttons. Let's go check out this hostile activity. And I will do a brief reminder. I am playing this on extreme difficulty. So, and this is also New Game Plus 2. Yeah, but I hear you need a ship to destroy me. Alright. Alrighty. And if you watched my previous video on the Voyager, I mentioned how you do more damage if you are in targeting mode. And I think that this is just an excellent example of that. 360 no scopes aside. I wonder if the orbit here is too cluttered, and that's why the Veyroon never decide to meet me here anymore. Alright, well, continue on with the trend of them not showing up. Alright, that was over fast. I should have time for another one or maybe two more engagements. Alrighty. Well, let's pop on over to Serpentis 3 and see if we can find one more party. Maybe it won't die quite as quick. Ooh, spacers. You know, I will let them,
We could use a vacation if you're feeling generous. You could help us out. Or we can just dust your ship. If that's how you want to play it. Take them apart.
Alright, so let's go ahead, get some distance. Okay, I was expecting slightly more. Alright. So spacers all tend to have shorter range weapons, so you can very easily win an engagement with spacers if you can kite them.
You can try and run.
Alright. And let's see how fast he dies when we target him. Alright. So, once again, we find targeting them makes them die a lot faster. Alrighty. So, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one. I need to. There we go.